stack the money, make it multiply. Yellow, white, gold,
So I see you everywhere. You've been on Drew League. Man, he done went over and battled in the 3x3, trying to get that Olympic medal on the road.
Yes, sir. Got a big announcement coming up this week too. So I'll let you. I ain't gonna let the people know, but I'll let you know.
All right. We keep that one. We keep that one off camera.
So,
but yeah, man. So I know you stay in the gym. So let's talk a little bit about this NBA, man. So we got facts over feelings. All right, this is the championship finals edition because we're in the Western Conference Finals, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's looking great. I'm about to champion.
I'm Chris Staples. Y'all know I'm about to bring y'all these feelings. Bobby gonna be in his facts by the end of this conference. Be in his feelings by the end of the
Nah, you said it right. You said it right.
He into his feelings. You know how Bobby get. You know Bobby. You know after a few of my facts, Bobby started getting upset. Yeah, you know, y'all know how it go.
After the Lakers got out, man, it's hard to be in my feelings, and I was right about the Lakers. So, hey, man, it's this is going great. So let's start off, man. Let's kick this off with let's give a shout out. We got Chauncey Billups. He just got hired by the Portland Trail Blazers. You got Kidd. He's just been given an opportunity with the Mavs. What do you think of those two coaching hires, and how are they going to impact those teams?
I like the hires. I mean, it's good, man. You seeing point guards getting that coaching opportunity because usually, you know, these point guards have been coaches on the floor for so many years. You know, I looked at Chauncey Billups, who's a great floor general. Jason Kidd, another great floor general. It was due Chauncey Billups' time to get his coaching position. I think he was actually going out for an owner position at one point too, maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
GM, okay, yeah. So yeah, it was definitely due his time. I'm not sure what it's going to do for the Portland Trail Blazers because Damian Lillard seemed like he on the fence, and so it wouldn't really be a. You know, I don't know what that would do for Chauncey going in because, you know, going in, if you have Damian Lillard, you got something really to work with. But I feel like if Damian Lillard's on the fence, then that team is going to eventually probably blow up if Damian Lillard leaves, you know, so he'll have to be starting from the ground up. But I'm still happy for him. Same thing with Jason Kidd, another great passer. I think that's good for Luka to have a point guard as a coach who has the floor vision, and, you know, it can help accelerate Luka's career even further.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the Billups, I think Billups is going to impact the Blazers more than what people think, because when you think about the Blazers, and if you were to compare them to the Pistons, one thing that Billups did with the Pistons, he made more with less, right? He didn't have that second superstar. He really wasn't even necessarily a superstar, even though he did win MVP of the finals. And Damian Lillard is, you know, no offense to Chauncey Billups, he's better. He's a better basketball player than him, just from athletics, a bunch of different stuff. So right. I would say, especially in today's game and the way that they shoot threes. So, but Chauncey was very similar in the fact that he knew when to take that shot. He knew when they needed it the most, and he always nailed it at that time. And I think that's where he's going to help Dame out. It's like, all right, you could come out here, you could average 30, or we could have CJ McCollum run off these screens. We could get this great offense.
Okay, look. Let me.
And when Dame time comes, it's going to be over.
Let me stop you right now, okay? First off, let me give you a fact. They're blowing up Chauncey Billups. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum.
You think that's done?
That's gonna happen. Everyone knows that, man. They got to separate the two. Somebody going to either get Damian Lillard or somebody coming to get CJ.
But why?
Bro,
because the only issue this year was honestly injuries, which hurt.
It's always the issue. Somebody going down.
But when they on the court together, they good.
No, they're good, but not good enough, and it's evident. They've been together for a while now, more than enough time to figure it out. And I think it's time.
What though? Like to do what?
Bro, if you think that you think those two are staying together, you're crazy.
No, but listen. Let me make my point, right? Okay. This is from a GM slash coach perspective, right?
Okay.
If I'm coming in, like obviously if I had the chance to, if I had the opportunity to improve my roster, like yeah, I would explore trades for CJ McCollum. But at the same time, when you talk about consistency, that's very important. You have two players that already have great chemistry together. When Dame was out, CJ was carrying the team. When CJ was out, Dame was carrying the team. Like,
And then when they both came back, it was just Dame.
yeah, okay, but my point being that now you're bringing in a coach who knows how to work with a great point guard and have a great shooting guard as far as what he did in his career. I think you keep that together and try to keep expanding upon it because honestly, their expectations, you got to look at expectations. Your expectation was never for Damian Lillard to win the championship. At what season has he come in and you say, all right, this year the Blazers gonna win the championship? None.
Understandable.
They always make the playoffs.
I hear you. And that's probably, I think that's the thing Damian Lillard is sick of. Like, yeah, we gonna make the playoffs, but then for how long? And
But that's not CJ McCollum's fault. You got to add another superstar to that team. And it's not, I don't think it's getting rid of CJ.
Might change your backcourt. You might have to change your backcourt. Not just saying add another, well, you might have to trade to get that extra piece.
No, you want to know what happened? And it's all about timing, man. You look at the league right now. Look at the playoffs. All of the teams in the playoffs have never won a championship basically before. Like this is all fresh blood, and it's really because of injuries. So luck and injuries play a huge role. They have a lucky year, get there, anything can happen, man. This year shows it.
Okay, and you know what? Only thing I can possibly agree with you on is that, yeah, they may keep CJ, but probably for a very short time to see how the first few weeks of the season going with them and Chauncey Billups as the coach before they actually make a move. I just don't feel like that they're going to actually be together for another full season. Because Damian Lillard's in that window right now where he's like one of the best players in the league. And being one of the best players in the league, you don't want to be on a team that doesn't really have a chance to win the finals or go to the championship. Like when you look at Luka right now, even though he's young, he's one of the best players in the league, and his team is arguably a contender when they're healthy. They could contend with. They beat the Clippers last year, or they put the Clippers in 7 games, and now the Clippers are in the Western Conference Finals, showing that they're contenders. And I think Lillard, he's at that point where he's like, hey, look, I need to be. I want to be up there at that Steph level where it's like, hey, no matter where I'm at, I can be.
But Steph had to go. They went and got KD.
I understand.
You understand that. Even before KD, you know who they had? They had Andre Iguodala, who is a previous perennial.
They need to get to the championship.
They had another defensive player of the year.
They need to be in the championship at this point.
Dame hasn't. Yeah, he does, but he hasn't had, I don't think, a complete team. And I don't think
exactly. Which means I'm not saying it's CJ McCollum's fault. I'm just saying you might need to change up the personnel a little bit.
Yeah,
because
I got another player who could drop 30 and 30 to 40 at any time. I'm keeping that.
It sounds good. He couldn't drop 30, 40 in the playoffs. He couldn't. I like CJ McCollum. He wasn't
all the way healthy.
I know, but that's not. Hey, that might not be his fault. All I'm saying is you might have to go change up the personnel a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's just me. Like if you look at, I'm not saying I don't know, just speculation. But if let's just say you traded CJ for Bradley Beal, them the same players. They're the same players. They're the same players. Bradley Beal scores better.
What does that do? Bradley Beal has
scores better.
How many times has he made the playoffs? CJ's made it more. So it's
look. CJ is not an all-star. It's not an all-star. So maybe Damian Lillard needs another all-star.
He needs a superstar. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Otherwise, if he's not, you make me
change the subject. You make me change the subject. Congratulations on Chauncey Billups getting that job. We will see what happens, but I feel like they're about to blow that team up very, very soon. Very, very soon. I think it's not gonna be a fair opportunity. It would have been great to have Chauncey Billups last year, but now you're about to probably lose Melo. Like, I mean, or if you don't, it's like, well, Melo in his 18th year, 17th year. So you might need to change up the personnel a little bit. That's just my opinion. And they were talking about possibly Damian Lillard with the Knicks, Philly. That's not joining a superstar team. That's joining a team that just another contender. And a contender that you probably can take over the top. So that ain't doing nothing bad. They ain't running to join the Brooklyn Nets or the Lakers or whatever. Because Lakers would have made it far. Obviously, had health not been involved. But it is what it is. So you go join a Philly or New York, you're like, hey, look, I'm putting them over the top. They're just contenders. That's it. Nothing more.
All right, let's get on to the next topic. All right. So look, let's get to the playoffs now. All right. We had the Hawks and we had the Bucks. All right. The Bucks are up. Chris Middleton has been going crazy. Giannis.
Tired again. Text message from you. Tired again. Text message.
Hold on. I'm gonna give Giannis his props too, because Giannis is going crazy too. Drew Holiday is playing great. Just the Bucks as a team are looking good. But obviously the Hawks have won the game. It's 2-1 right now. The Bucks are up. So who do you have coming out this series? I already know your answer.
Come on. I gotta say the Bucks. But I mean, that's been my facts. Been my facts the whole time. I love the way the Hawks are playing, man. They relentless. I feel real bad for Trae Young, even though I think it's more of a say I'm really hurt so I can go out there and give you buckets when I get on the floor. But I gotta say the Bucks. I mean, they really got, like I said, they're one of the teams that have been together for a while. Pretty much a well-oiled machine. Got a good coach, make good adjustments. They got all the pieces to win the championship. Like literally, they have all the pieces. Sometimes they just make some stupid plays, but I mean, you can't go wrong. They got shooters. They got inside presence. You got closers. You got good defense. There's no reason why you shouldn't win the championship. So I got the Bucks, and I say the Bucks, and I'm gonna say 6.
Okay. I hate to agree with you, but I have to on this one. I actually just went to Vegas, and I have the Bucks. But the first game they got upset, so that didn't go so well. But I still have confidence that they're just a better overall team. And to me, the playoffs is all about matchups. I feel like Trae Young doesn't have any matchup that he can really pick on. He can't just go pick and roll and say, all right, cool, I'm going to take this matchup and just cook. Everywhere he looks, it's a pretty good defender on him. I think even when Brook Lopez switches onto him, I think just because of the height, it's already going to give Trae Young an issue. He's going to have to go to the basket, or you're going to have Giannis help side and Drew Holiday help side and Chris Middleton help side, or you're going to settle for a 3.
Or you got Bobby Portis in the game, which I told you about. When Bobby Portis get in the game, he's going to be an issue.
Oh, yeah, I like Bobby Portis a lot. I always liked Bobby Portis. I liked him in college, too. Yeah, Bobby Portis is always been really good. So, yeah, I just think they're a better overall team. And Trae Young is a little hobbled. I don't know how much of a act that it is, but it's the playoffs, so it really doesn't matter.
For sure. And I'm sure guys are super tired, man. They playing a lot of games and many games in short days. So, but
that's the one thing I'm saying about the Bucks, though. They look healthy. The
Bucks, just how you just said, the Bucks got depth. They got depth, man. Like literally, like you look at their starting lineup, but then you look at the people that come off the bench. You got Forbes and Portis off the bench. They got Jeff Teague.
I didn't even realize Jeff Teague was still. I'm like, oh,
bro, Jeff Teague was a starter in the league, like a
Jeff
bona fide.
He made an All-Star game.
Yeah, he was on a good squad. Like he can come in that game and operate too. And I'm like, they really got bodies. Like we ready to go. So, and then I think they make adjustments. Like that first game, what happened? Okay, you was like, all right, it's obvious. They're not guarding the pick and roll and giving Trae Young anything he wants to get. Next game, made a big adjustment. Trae Young have a bad game, and they make him shoot from deep. But it was like they just make the adjustments. And then once they figure it out, they get to rolling.
Yeah, I will say this, though. The way that they lost that first game, oh, my God. I don't know. I mean, you say adjustment. That shouldn't even need to be an adjustment.
Right.
Like, come on now. You got Trey Young. They really guarded him that first game as if he wasn't Trey Young.
But I
They
think
guarded
maybe
him like
maybe it could have
was,
been like, you know what, let Trey get what he want to get, but we're gonna shut down everybody else, in which it didn't work out that way. But then you went in there the next game and you're like, hey, look, that ain't happening. And I like how they're doing the switches now. They're definitely playing higher up, making Trey take deeper shots, even though he's used to that. You'd rather live with him taking a deeper contested shot than running through that lane, throwing up the floater. He's still getting what he want to get. I mean, he's an exceptional player. You know, his running floater is crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just think the Bucks got too much depth, too many guys you have to worry about. You know, if you take away one person, they got another person ready to go. You never know. Drew Holiday can go and get you 25. As you see, Middleton, he can go get you 30. He went from, like, before that fourth quarter, last game, he was just having a solid game. He had 18 points going to the fourth quarter, which is a solid game for him. You're not thinking he about to go for 20 in the fourth and just go off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before then, you're like, okay, it's a good game. Everything's solid.
Chris, I've been trying to tell you.
No, I knew about to say that. But
Chris
before that fourth quarter, you wasn't talking.
Basketball,
You wasn't texting me before that fourth quarter.
But the crazy part is, now you have to admit to this, okay? You have to admit to this. I've been saying this since last year. Now, you see all of the analysts saying that, oh, he's the best player on the Bucks, blah, blah. Like, Giannis, don't get me wrong. He is the most talented player on the Bucks. You know, he has the most potential. He's the most gifted player as far as being 6'11", that athletic and being able to move like that. But as far as just a pure basketball player, it's Chris Middleton, and it's hands down. And after that, it's Drew Holiday. And then you got Giannis. Now, in 2 years, maybe, I give Giannis another 2 years. Yes, 2 years. Because he's just starting to get the confidence. We just saw it. I said, it's really the work, right? He needs to trust his work. He passes up on a lot of shots he doesn't have, but now his confidence is starting to go high. He's starting to see some of the shots.
Giannis he's the biggest X factor in the game. He allows everyone to. That's LeBron James. That's the same thing. Look, because he allows everyone else, by you focusing on him, allows everyone else to do what they do. If you take him off the court, now obviously, like, there are times in the game where Giannis goes out and somebody else can go off, but you have to game plan for Giannis prior to the game. Like, hey, look, like, what are we doing when Giannis is in the game? That's why, like, when the Sixers when Toronto beat Milwaukee and when Kawhi was on the team, they had to have Kawhi guarding Giannis because you have to target it on him, and then everybody else flows as such. Grant, I give Chris Middleton credit, like, for real. Like, dude is a bucket. He can score.
So are you saying that without Giannis on the court, Chris Middleton don't be going crazy? You're
not putting Chris Middleton. You're not even giving Chris Middleton that nod right now without Giannis being there. You need Giannis.
Do you remember in the playoffs previously where Giannis got hurt and they weren't win? They were losing all of the games, and then Giannis got hurt and Chris Middleton went crazy without Giannis and they won. Do you remember that?
Bro, you're gonna have game. You remember a game where Terrence Mann had 41 points when Kawhi got hurt?
I do remember that.
Yeah, you do remember that, right? So we think
Terrence Mann has never done that in his career.
I'm saying people gonna go off. This is the NBA. I'm not saying Terrence Mann bearing anybody else. All I'm saying is the NBA. So dudes gonna go off at times. If that's not in the scouting report, and look, my focus was to make sure we had surround this paint with players so Giannis don't get through. Then the game plan, hey, you know what? Chris Middleton got hot. It's the NBA. People can get hot. I'm giving Chris Middleton a nod, and Chris Middleton is for sure one of the best players on that team. But you have to focus. I'm saying it's 1A, 1B with them. And I think they're a great duo together. They got real far with even Eric Bledsoe as the point guard. Drew Holiday's good, but at the same time, he's been super inconsistent as well. Super inconsistent. We know he can go.
I told you that. But now where they do get the boost that's where they do get the boost with Drew Holiday. He's bigger and he has a little bit better defense because Eric Bledsoe is no slouch on defense either. But
Eric Bledsoe is terrible from free throw line too.
Yeah. So I think Drew Holiday is definitely he's better than Eric Bledsoe, but as far as players, they're very similar, you know. But I think it's also what I was saying, my point I was making with the Blazers, how long they've been playing together.
Right.
You know? And I was just talking to Larry the other day. He said Chris Middleton and Giannis was both there when he was still playing. Like that's how long they've been together. So just
that's what I'm saying. That's why you kept that core together when you traded off of Eric Bledsoe. You like, hey, look, we making sure we keeping Giannis and Chris Middleton because they here and they keep the core together. And obviously Brook Lopez, he's been there for a while.
Yeah, he
has.
has.
I think the other piece, you kept them three together. You keep, and then you can just surround it with that. You bring in PJ Tucker, Bobby Portis, obviously was a great pickup. Forbes is a great pickup. And then you got a good point guard. Like that's what they really have the nucleus to win a championship. It's just about making sure they stay consistent on what they do. Obviously keeping Giannis in line to be like, hey, look, do what you do. Because when he does what he does, you're like, bro, nobody can stop you. I don't know why you go down there, dunk on somebody 4 plays straight, and then shoot a fadeaway 3-pointer. Where does that come from? You know, like you really got pieces for that. Like, look, we got Middleton, we got PJ Tucker, we got other guys.
I mean, but you know how it is when you hooping, though, bro. It's
I know, and Giannis be like, let me test this out for a sec. He really do that in the game,
but to be honest, if he's going to develop his game, right, and it can't be at the expense of a win or the team. He does sometimes have to take those shots because one, you have to keep the defense honest, right? You have to keep the defense honest, and I think he has to have a little bit better decision making and maybe timing when he takes it. But at times he's going to have to take those shots. It's like, oh, why did he take that? But
right.
If he makes it, you're like, hey, all right, cool.
And I respect the fact that
he's working on it. I know that.
I do respect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Ben Simmons effect where it's like, look, at least you shooting it.
Exactly. Because
I appreciate
Ben Simmons, he don't even put the shots up. So
I know
he's not shying away from it. I think Giannis has even learned from watching Ben Simmons, like not running away from free throws. Like you can't do that. Like that's the corniest thing to do. Like if you want to come foul me so I can go shoot some free shots, I'm not gonna run away or stay on the other side of the court.
Yeah, like
please don't foul me. I'm trying to go to the line.
And that's the difference between them two. Well, not just different, but that's one of the differences. The mentality is like, look, I know I ain't good at that, but I'm about to be working on it today in the game. I'm about to use up I'm about to get everybody even foul trouble.
Today gonna be the game. I go 10 for 10. That's what I'm thinking every time.
It was a game he went 11 for 14. It was like that's a good free throw shooting day.
And then it make you rethink that strategy because that's all it's about too, is making people rethink that strategy.
Right.
You have 2 out of 4 games where you go 10 for 14, and I'm like, maybe we shouldn't use that strategy.
And that's Loki what happened with LeBron at one point, where they would just like let him shoot when they were going against the Spurs in the finals, and dudes were just backing up, like let him shoot until LeBron. All right, cool. I'm gonna start knocking these shots down. And he's like, all right, now guard them. And then there's nothing you can do at that point. And that's the same thing with Giannis. Like, all right, if I start knocking down these threes, what you gonna do? You know, but
he had that. Once he added 3 to his game,
there's nothing. It's nothing.
Well,
nothing.
3, and he need to add like a little bit more. He knows how to dribble, but he's not
legit. There's nobody. Look, there's Kevin Durant, who's his size, who can do that, and that's it. That's it, bro. Giannis that size.
Anthony Davis too.
Not okay. You know what? Anthony Davis ain't Euroing like Giannis. He not.
Yeah, I know.
But he not doing Euros, and he not doing fast breaks like Giannis. He not getting off the basket and pushing it to go.
That's right.
That's just different, bro.
Yeah.
One person I see like that one day is gonna be Bobo though. He got that KD.
When they give him a chance.
I know they don't give him a chance, man. You go grab him, man.
Give him a chance. But all right, so let's talk about over to the next series. We had the Suns, we had the Clippers.
I've been waiting on this, Bobby. I've been waiting on this conversation. You make it dramatic.
Man. So we already know who you chose as, you've been saying it a lot. You said that Chris Paul was your MVP, and he's looking like it. So, I mean, who you have coming out this series? Go ahead and say your team.
All right. So I have to say, The winner of Game 6 will win the series. I'm
Oh,
saying the Suns need to come over here to LA and take care of business. But the winner of Game 6 will win the series. Man, like the game last night, PG. I don't know what to say. Like, bro, turned up. Got to give him his respect when it's due. Like, he legit is one of the better scorers in this league when he wants to be. When he takes the game over, there's nothing you can do. He went 15 for 20 last night. I honestly don't see Marcus Morris having a good game as he did last game. He was like 7 for 8 before he like really went a little cold. And then you had Boogie come in the game and gave you 15 in 10, 12 minutes. Do we see that being repeated for next game? Jay Crowder was absent. I just don't see it all being like that again next game. Who's going to be that next person to step up? Reggie Jackson doing what he does. And I think and Pat Bev, he did a solid role. He played a solid role. But I gotta say Suns. Just because I think they got more pieces that have been more consistent throughout the playoffs, and guys that can go get it. That I would expect more than the Clippers. So I'm going Suns in 6. But if they lose this game, Clippers winning Game 7.
man, this is tough. I mean, you know that I picked the Clippers to come out of the West.
Mm-hmm.
But that was when they had Kawhi. I think that is going to be the one thing that holds them back, because if you're counting on PG and Reggie Jackson to give you 30 and 40 points every night in the playoffs, not to say that PG can't do it, because he has done it. He has a history of doing it. He's done it with the Pacers. He's done it his whole career. He's an all-star. And he's trying to break that point and be talked about in the same category as the superstars. So it's hard for me to pick the Clippers coming out of this just because they don't have Kawhi. But I will say the depth and the coaching by Ty Lue, that is going to be an issue, because when you start getting into the depth, now they're actually better than the Suns. When you're bringing up DeMarcus Cousins, Rondo, you got Beverly, you got all of these guys just in ways that are role players that overall I think are better than the rest of the role players on the Suns. But now the superstars, which is, I mean, Devin Booker, you know, he's a problem. But you got Patrick Beverly, broke his nose in the first game. Patrick Beverly, oh my God, this dude shows no mercy. He is an animal out there. He
ran under Chris Paul's leg. Like, he ran under his leg.
I get
mad because Chris Paul be flopping. Chris Paul really do be flopping a lot. But Pat Bev ran under his leg, bro. Like, literally swiped his leg from with his shoulder. And I'm like, okay. Chris Paul bounced off the ground.
You saw how hard he fell? He's bro. Oh bro, my
he bounced off the ground.
He gonna be feeling that. He gonna be feeling that.
He might be on the next game like, no, Chris Paul, I would have tailbone injury.
Nah, Chris Paul, he a monster. He gonna come back, and you know he like, oh, you want to play dirty? I'm gonna show you dirty.
It's a lot of pressure right now, and I'm gonna feel bad for anybody who loses this series, because it's like PG. Like,
I'm not gonna feel bad for PG only because he battled. I think this is gonna help him.
I will feel bad for PG if they lose, because you know what? You had the opportunity to almost pretty much ice the game.
Oh yeah, he did.
I think, man, like, honestly, I seen one of the sports analysts said today, the Clippers really played better than they really should be up right now. You wouldn't even be surprised the Clippers was up 3-2. Like, because they lost the first game in a tight game. They lost the second game. The game they should have won. Pretty much, PG missed a free throw, and then they blew them out. Then they won again. Like, no, like, really, the Clippers should be up without Kawhi. And I just feel like I'm gonna feel bad for each person who loses, because it's like, well, Chris Paul, this might be it. You know, if you don't go and get to the finals this time, you might not ever get to the finals. This is probably your best opportunity to make it there. And then at the same time, Chris Paul, you've been a part of a couple of blowing 3-1 leads. it's crazy because when you go 3-1, you're like, oh, bro, this series is over. But then you win that second game, it just the chances get higher and higher. Like, okay, we won. Don't let us come out there and win another game.
Right.
Because now we completely got.
Now it's
That's
just
what the
one game.
Cavs
The other
did.
games don't even matter no more now.
Exactly. Like now it's
Just
really
one
like
game.
the first. Now it's really like the first of two games. Even though you won, now it's like okay, we were up 3-2, but it's like it's really the first of two games. It ain't no we won 3 games. Like no, it's the first of two games right now. It's really close. So it don't. And I like how the NBA has it set up where it's like, yeah, like Suns, y'all blew a big opportunity because y'all supposed to win at home. Now you got to come back to LA, and then this crowd about to be crazy. It's like, all right, don't lose this one. Now we won 2 in a row, and they known for this season have being down 2-0 and then coming back and winning. Like the confidence is going to be through the roof, and then the pressure starts to build up. So, like I said, I got Suns, but if Game 6 they lose, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just chilling. I'm over here chilling. I ain't putting my money down. I'm just thinking that whoever gonna win Game 6 gonna win win the series.
Yeah. So this is the last topic right here. So we had LeBron. He posted and he made a quote talking about the injuries, and it's been a huge topic. What do you think that the league should do to I guess maybe play catch up going into next season in order to maybe prevent or just be more cautious with keeping players from maybe getting injured and not getting enough rest going into next season.
Catch up. Start the season later. I wouldn't say Christmas, but don't start in October. Like let October be a month off. Like you give players a little extra time because we are playing catch up because we had a shortened season, which is good. I give you, maybe almost a month off. We had 72 games this year instead of 82?
Yeah, 72. Yeah.
So, that's 10 games. That's about, if you had 2 games a week, that's about a month and a half, right? Maybe less. Let's say about a month. Yeah, about a month. So I would say let October go. And then you start the game in November. And then now players are out and then they got an extra month off. I mean, that's just the way it's going to have to be. I mean, it's going to be injuries, but that's part of the game. I think LeBron's right, though, because it was a shortened season. And guys had to come right back from the bubble and things like that. So, and you had a lot more injuries than any other time in history of a lot of stars going down. But that's just, I think you give an extra month off plus another 72 season, another 72 season. So that's just my idea. Now you pretty much gave players from what they're usually accustomed to, you gave them probably like 2 months off, an extra 2 months.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I want to say I think Christmas time would be a great time to start, but I do start to wonder, right? Because besides Donovan Mitchell, when you think about the young superstars that are in the league, right? I really can't think of, many that were like, oh, okay, they were injured and it was because of, necessarily they were tired or fatigued. Even Donovan Mitchell's initial injury wasn't just like some freak, or just like he just fell. Like he actually had something where he fell on somebody else's, rolled his ankle off of somebody else's, and that lingered, and he had to come back early just because of the playoffs.
Right.
So I just wonder, right? Is this just the old heads talking? Because the young guys, they're gonna be ready to go. They're gonna be like this. This is just being honest, and I'm not in that category of the 20 to 20 plus year olds to say that. So, but at the same time, I just wonder that because you got guys right now playing summer league, ready to get in, ready to get an opportunity. Devin Booker, John Morant, like these guys, they ain't look like they needed no rest. They look
pretty much like, I mean, Devin Booker, he got a broken nose out there, but he ain't stopping him. Even
And the
Donovan
guys that's
Mitchell, like
getting hurt is the older
Donovan
guys.
Mitchell had a lingering injury, but at the same time, it's like he was doing his thing. He wanted to play. He's like, coach, put me back in the game. You know, they're younger players. LeBron, his injury, it was a freak accident. That had nothing to do with being tired or shortened season. Somebody fell on your ankle.
Jumped
That
on
could
his
happen.
ankle.
Yeah, that could happen when you have it at any point. That has nothing to do with that's not like LeBron was walking down court and just tweaked his ankle and it's just like, because of exhaustion or something like that. So
because to me the comment and this is LeBron is my favorite player, but I'm gonna say this. To me, the comment came off as more he's talking about his own situation, right? For AD just won the championship. Then AD had to come back early. And then with the play-in, he had to come back early to fight for them to get in. So I think it was I hate to use
he jumped off what someone else was, someone else injured. Oh, this person injured. Oh, I feel so bad for this person injured.
It was a little bit salty,
yeah, like
because his guy
talking
was
about
hurt.
your situation. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you was just a little bit salty because your guy was hurt. Because Donovan,
because your guy can't stay healthy, even if it was a 60-game season, your guy would still be hurt.
Facts.
He stays hurt.
Facts. So, and I mean, even the other guys who went out, you got Kyrie. I mean, besides James Harden, that would probably be the only one,
right?
That I could say that and attribute that to. But then once again, James Harden is he getting up there.
Right.
That's what happened. He's mastered the game. He's mastered it, and that's one thing that happens when you get older. You don't have to expend much energy. But
man, go ahead and bring Brody to LA. All right, man, give him
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, go ahead and bring Russell Westbrook. Give him a championship, man. Give him a championship.
Is he coming off the bench?
Bro, don't make me in this Zoom call. Don't you make me in this Zoom call. You better stop that.
I'm just wondering where him and LeBron gonna fit on the court.
I don't know. Yeah, figure it out. LeBron be the GOAT. LeBron be the GOAT. Look, LeBron would be the GOAT. He go get Russell Westbrook like, dang, nobody can get Westbrook a ring. I got you.
He need to go get my man. Dang, quit playing.
See, Dame got CJ. Go ahead. They've been
I'm a Laker fan. I was saying if I'm the Blazers organization, that's me being unbiased, bro. Now I want Dame all day. Give me Dame and DeMar DeRozan. Dame, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron, AD. I need that lineup right now.
Hey, DeMar is not a bad pickup though. I wouldn't be surprised to see DeMar in LA next year. I wouldn't be surprised that. You saw that the AD and LeBron, they follow Russell Westbrook's wife.
They follow his wife?
Yeah, on some social media stuff, or this is something.
Why you follow my wife, bro?
I don't know. Maybe it was like it wasn't like a bad thing. I know Westbrook and LeBron cool, but it's like, okay, maybe she's going over. Okay, come back to LA. Westbrook probably like, I ain't gonna be in Washington too long.
When is this contract up?
I don't think Westbrook signed no crazy deal. And then they just fired Scott Brooks. So it's like, about to bring in some new coach right now. No, he's too old for that, man.
Well, maybe it would work. Maybe it would. It worked with Rondo. And Russell Westbrook and Rondo are similar. I mean, Westbrook just has to improve his three-pointer. As a lot of players do.
Very true.
So, but yeah, so that's it, man. So facts over feelings.
I ain't got my glass today, man. Bobby stole them, man. That's crazy. I was ready to put them on.
And them future moves are sold out right now too, man.
Yeah, man. You ever had somebody borrow your stuff, keep it so long, you got to borrow it back? That's what Bobby had to do.
Man, I need them purple Timbs. When can I come get those? I see you dunking at some Timbs the other day. I
don't think you can fit those, man, because they run bigger, man. Like
13s? I could fit the 13s. That's the size I wear.
Okay, you can have them. They Laker color and everything.
I know I'm about to rock that joint with the Bron jersey.
Hey, come get it. Come get them.
I seen you dunking in the Timbs the other day.
I know it was tough though. I was like, let's go though. That was tough. I ain't doing that again though. Let it go.
You said that shit was too dangerous.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, man. We out. Facts over feelings. I'm Bobby Champion.
I'm Chris Staples, always giving you these facts.
Yes, sir. Yeet.
All right, peace out.
So that's the 76ers and the Hawks series. So now let's jump into the Clippers. All right, we got the Clippers, and they just lost their first game to the Jazz. I know you're a huge Donovan Mitchell fan. You know, he's got some high expectations this year. Shaq was talking some mess to him. He done turned it up since then.
Yep.
He made them went over there and joined the organization, and they looking good, man. They're looking real good. So of course I need for you to make your pick for this series. We've not taken this off.
This is probably going to be the most exciting series because we'll talk about that later, but it's going to be the most exciting series. You know, I thought everyone thinking like Dallas Mavericks, you know, and the Clippers were probably the most exciting series. I think this is the one because like I told you, I was like, hey, you know, the Jazz, like they're a well-oiled machine. They got some players that's been on that team. They got nice vets, great role players, and they've been together for a while. So, you know, I look at this Clippers team and I look at them. I'm like, all right, well, Kawhi can take over. He can do his thing, you know. And we watch the Clippers versus the Mavericks. The Mavericks, although good, we can tell like some of their weaknesses. You know, we don't know what Luka gonna do from the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? We knew when Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? We knew when Kawhi got on Luka, it was near like after like game 4. We knew when he got on Luka wasn't even scoring. He was passing the ball up. Donovan Mitchell, not that dude. He a dog. So when Kawhi go over there, like, bro, Donovan Mitchell, like, pick your poison. You want me to snatch it back? You want me to go to the hole? You know, I'm like, so I just look at this series like this could go another 7, and the Clippers gonna be tired because they just came off a Game 7 series. Not to mention that Mike Conley didn't even play today, and you know he a good player as well. He a good role player. He shoot that rock. He can play good defense, and they won. So like I said, the Clippers, I know they're gonna do better. Granted, they just came off of Game 7. So you're going to kind of be a little bit either just trying to adjust to the next team because you just played one team 7 times. So I think this series is going to go the distance as well.
Who you picking, bro? Not beating around the bush. I
had to just say my piece. But yeah, I got to go with Utah, man. You know, I got to go with Utah. I got to go. Yeah. I'm going to
this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say, right? What I like about Utah is they had the opportunity to play without Donovan and really establish where they were still good without Donovan. All of the players stepped up. Clarkson had a chance to step into his own. Ingles had already been doing that since last year. So I like that about their team. Now they had Donovan. It's just like an add-on. Now, I just feel like from an experience standpoint, when you start talking about Kawhi, you start talking about Ty Lue, I think that they're going to have some issues. Now, what I am concerned also with for the Clippers is, right, Rudy Gobert is, I mean, you get to see the difference because the Clippers they don't have a defensive presence in there. So once Donovan Mitchell blows by anybody, it's no help. Whereas whenever somebody gets beat, you already know I got Rudy Gobert behind. You know, it's like you just thought, it's like having Mama do behind you. Like, you know, right. I can gamble a little bit more. I can play a little bit different. And they don't have that behind them. And today, when they were picking on Luke Kennard, I mean, he wasn't even shooting jumpers. He was just like, beep.
Yep.
And I was like, is anybody going to try to jump, block any of that?
And Mitchell, and hopefully, I said Mike Conley comes back because they say he might not be good for game 2. But they find that pick and roll. They find the mouse in the house.
Yeah, I was surprised Ty Lue didn't pull Luke Kennard out. I was just like, I get he was playing good, but when you at least during the last 5 minutes, they left him in for good 7-8 minutes straight. I'm like,
why? Well, let me tell you why, because playoff P wasn't playing like playoff P. So they're like, look, we need somebody to make some shots. Because at one point I saw in the game, Paul George was like 1 for 9. So we got to keep Kennard in the game to keep everybody honest. when Kawhi driving, hey, he needs somebody to kick it out to, because playoff he was just jacking up shots.
Hey man, it's hard for me to try to defend that, man. I think Kawhi is going to be the one that really stands out. And if they win, he's going to have to average 35, plus. For right now, he's only averaging 24 for the series. That's not going to get it done.
I don't cut it.
And
it's not like Porzingis is in there, because you watch Porzingis, like he plays so like outside the paint. I don't understand that. Like I said, that was the issues that Dallas was dealing with. Like, okay, Porzingis, you're gonna be aggressive today, or you're gonna shoot threes,
right.
And yeah, when they had Boban in there, Boban is slow, but you have Rudy Gobert. They're not going away from that. They ain't going away from that. Rudy Gobert is a defensive presence for real. So when Kawhi gets to the lane, he got a decision to make too, because Rudy Gobert putting his hands up and he's staying down on defense. So he's not going out there just fouling out. He didn't even play well offensively today, but he did do, like I said, he was a presence today. So
yeah, Kawhi paces himself really well.
Yeah, he's so good, man. Like, it's crazy. He knows how to score.
Yeah,
he's like a robot.
Yeah, he's real cerebral, like low key, and you don't know it because it's not like how LeBron does it, where it's like, he's not talking about it, but you can tell as each game goes, he's like, all right, I'm gonna turn it up one more notch. I'm gonna turn it up one more notch. All right, now it's time to put you on the 40 ball. Like, so yeah, I got the Clippers in that one, man. That's
you got to pick them, because that's what you picked at first.
I know. I'm gonna be.
I ain't let you go in the way. I'm
gonna be looking like a Clippers fan by the end of this, and I'm definitely not. But I try to be unbiased, man. I'm a coach and trainer and all that. I gotta use my basketball knowledge and not just pick the Lakers because LeBron my favorite player, which I didn't do. So
you did.
It was really hard. It was really hard not to do that. So now, speaking of that, the Suns eliminated the Lakers, okay, which I didn't think they were losing the first round, but sheesh, Lakers, come on, man. But with that said, I got to get the Suns. They prop Devin Booker looked amazing. Chris Paul showed that, without him, the engine doesn't go, man. So now they're going up against, who do they have? Denver, right? Okay. So in this first game, right, you had the Suns pull it out. They went on a crazy run. Chris Paul started to look like Chris Paul again, like there's nothing wrong with his shoulder. So, I think, shout out to Jokic too. He won an MVP. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well deserved. He should have got it.
I'm going to pick the Suns to come out this series, man. I'm going to pick the Suns. Who you taking?
I got to agree. At first, I said, nah, Denver, man, they got big bodies, man. But you know what? The Suns are faster than I thought. They're much faster than Denver. And that's what it was. Just, when I was watching the game, I'm like, the transitions, like they getting out and about. Jokic, yeah, he was great, but he ain't moving on a fast break like the Suns. And especially when you get somebody like Cameron Payne in the game, he can catch it and going. Devin Booker, they flying out of there. And so they're not giving Denver enough time to even get back on defense like they need to. So, and then Jokic, he got a good defensive presence in the paint too with Aiden. He ain't no pushover, even though Jokic was getting his Aiden getting the
monster.
He's not letting Jokic go out there and get 25 rebounds and like that. No, he getting rebounds too. He knocking the ball away. And I think that's making a big difference because the second chance points that Denver is not getting. And when Chris Paul get into that pick and roll, that's a bucket. And when he in, like I said, when he in his bag, it's over. And
that lane like,
bro, he know that's like that's like
his spots. He gets his spot.
Yeah, and so I'm like, man, he can do that every play. It's just like when I watch like Embiid go and he posts up, I'm like, dang, he just keep doing the same thing every play. It wouldn't even get old. Keep scoring. So I gotta agree with you though. I gotta go with the Suns. They looking good. And then at the same time, beating the Lakers and knowing you took out LeBron James and company. Well, it was LeBron James by himself. But even though you take out the Lakers, that's a confidence booster. You feeling good going to that next series. It ain't like you just took out like Memphis or nothing like that. You took out LeBron like, oh, we took down the champs.
Right.
But now we coming in there because now guess who about to play a lot better? Jay Crowder. Now he feeling. Now he about to play better because he was over there.
Where was he when you was playing with LeBron, bro?
Huh?
Where was that when he was playing with LeBron?
Bro, because that LeBron can take your heart. Because he like, I had to guard LeBron the whole time. He's not confident guarding LeBron.
I'm saying when he was playing with LeBron. Remember when he was playing with him?
Oh, yeah, with LeBron. Yeah.
What was all of this at? But he is streaky, though. I will say that.
He definitely streaky. But, like, at the same time, he had to guard LeBron last series, and he wasn't confident. He wasn't even playing that good last series at all. But now he's like, okay, he gone. Okay, we ain't got to worry about them. Like, who we really got to worry about now? Because LeBron's always the guy you got to think about when you in the playoffs. You're like, all right, when do we run into LeBron? Now, knowing you ain't got to run into him, like, we might have a chance.
It's weird even not having a minute. I'm not going to lie. After he lost, I didn't even watch basketball for a couple of days.
Exactly. And I guarantee you there's a lot of NBA players that probably not watching basketball right now. So, probably into the finals. So, knowing when you just took down the King, you like, who we got to go against now? Like, we got a chance to go to the finals because now it's all up for grabs at this point because any team can drop the ball. So, but like I agree with you. I'm picking the Suns too. They looking good, man. I can't even lie.
All right, now let's talk about who really looking good. The Nets and the Bucks. Oh my! I picked the 76ers to come out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm changing that right now. The Nets are coming out like yeah, right. Like the Nets. Like, did you see what it was like? They was picking on Giannis. Like they went out of the way to say, when you checking me, I'm going to show you.
It was like he guarding me, move. And it wasn't just KD. Kyrie, like, let me get a little bit of that too.
Man, what? And it wasn't like they were just doing good, like, let me do a solid move and get a buck. It was like, I'm doing moves to embarrass you. Like, I'm crossing you. I'm coming back. Come here again. Oh, no, and then come here again. Oh, and, man.
Don't think you about to get away with this, though. We're going to have to talk about this. Where your boy Chris Middleton at?
Man.
Where your boy Chris Middleton at? You think I'm going to forget? I'm waiting on this conversation.
In order for them to stand a
chance, have a conversation.
You got to average more than.
Talk about this.
I
don't know this guy who used to.
I'm gonna give you the facts. I'm gonna give you the facts on how wrong I was about Chris Middleton. This dude is only averaging 15 points. He's shooting a lower 3-point percentage than Giannis in the series, and that's come on, bro. You shooting 23% from the three.
That's why I said so. Like Giannis in here, like I thought I had help. Thought they weren't gonna just be focusing on me. Y'all gonna go out here and shoot their lights.
That ain't what Giannis looking around like, I thought I was defensive player of the year one time.
Well,
obviously
first game he had a solid first game, but he didn't have no help.
The fact of the matter is, bro,
he had a solid first game. Second game he was terrible. But you talking about the other guys that did absolutely nothing.
Chris, no team is gonna be scoring 140 points with ease. Like the Nets are scoring 125 on bad nights. So it really don't matter.
This is what I feel. This is what I feel bad about, because it's like we get to this point in the year, right, where I'm always on Giannis. I'm like telling Giannis, like, yo, he be killing me. Y'all be talking, he don't do nothing in the playoffs. I'm like, but now you look at them like, dang, look who you going against. Like Blake Griffin out here balling. He out here dunking, catching tip dunks, dunking on Giannis, shooting threes. Jeff Green not even playing.
That's right now.
Not even playing. So it's like, we got. I feel bad that we got to talk bad about Giannis, but I'm like, you going against a super team. You legit going against a super team right now. So, it's the best. He's doing the best he could do, and I hate to have to be the critic on it because we do that every year. But it's like, man, I mean, look at the Nets. They doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, who can really guard Kevin Durant? And the way Kyrie Irving just been playing this year, who can really guard Kyrie Irving?
Bro, he making people look like moving cones. Like he make it look like it's training. Like
he don't even he do everything with the ball. He don't lose it at all. Stop on the dime. I'm like, dang, he's scoring so many different ways. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we talking about one of the best, on the best ball handlers in the league, and one of the best scorers in the league. Oh, that's Kyrie Irving. Oh, but the best scorer in the league is Kevin Durant,
who's averaging 30 in the series.
They're on the same team, bro. They're on the same.
James Harden is not playing, and he's an MVP, just chilling.
And I would say, a healthy James Harden is probably the third best scorer in the league, or second.
Nah, I think it depends on when you watching the game. It depends.
I know, but I'm saying oh my God. I think James Harden's still taking a back seat. It ain't like James Harden going out there being facilitating the ball more. He not going for 60.
Right.
James Harden not going for 60.
Right. He the point guard. Facts.
He the point guard. Right. So he's taking that little bit of a, okay, all right. It's we now. It ain't just me. It's we now. So
I don't know, bro. I mean, that's
I'm gonna say
the
top three scorers in the league. I'm not gonna give a number. Top 3 scorers in the league. The top 3 scorers in the league are on the same team.
Okay. All right.
They're on the same thing.
All right. I can't disagree with that. I can't
That's
disagree.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So getting 140 for them is like.
And then you got to think people who got a chip on their shoulder. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. And I don't really know what James Harden got. I think James Harden's going to win a ring, but yeah.
And
then James Harden going against Giannis, who they've always beefing on MVPs and stuff. Bro, Nets is going to win the championship. This is not even like, I don't know if this is even, granted, if they stay healthy, because they always on some one.
Honestly, the team that matches the best with them would be the Clippers, bro.
Yeah.
It just if Kawhi and PG can actually play defense like how they're known for doing it, then
yeah,
they can. But compete with them. But like you said, man, like watching them is. I have to be honest with myself. It looks like they're gonna skate to the championship. Like they might as well just give it to them now. Like when they win, it's gonna be one of those foregone conclusions. Like I was
watching this game, and I'm like, I watched it. I said, "Yo, it was like 11 straight shots that they missed." Like KD had like 5 of them, Kyrie had like 3, and then Blake Griffin caught a tip dunk and then dunked it again like 2 plays later. And I was just like, "That's 11 straight shots," and it was just like. Ooh, ooh. Every time somebody got the rock, it was like, ooh, hezzy hip, ooh, bucket. I'm just like, that was like a show. That wasn't even like a basketball game. It was a performance.
No, when they playing, it legit looks like the All-Star game. It reminds me of I get All-Star game feels watching them. Like I really feel like it. Like
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but I legit get the same feeling when I'm watching them that I get when I watch the All-Star. And I've never had that.
And that's how it sounded too. That's how it sounded too in the arena. So can we really, really go at Giannis like this?
Yeah, we're gonna still go at Giannis like that. We still gonna go at him like that. Because that's just how it is.
Facts. The Nets is the greatest basketball team in the league.
They're the greatest basketball team ever assembled on paper.
By a long shot. So why are we going at Giannis so hard? So relax, chill out.
Hey, I thought you know why we don't go at Giannis because he's the same person talking about something. He's the same person. I'm never gonna leave the Bucks. Okay, wait till and this is the type of stuff that will make a superstar league. You know, even Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? Even Damian Lillard. What? I'm ready.
That's my next question. I don't know if it's a topic today.
Is he coming to LA?
What we doing with Damian Lillard? What he doing?
I mean, you saw LeBron. He said he won't. He already said it. This is old, but he still said it, man. I mean, I think
I just saw it too right before we had this call.
The way that Dame
is, I appreciate.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the way that Dame is though, I think he's gonna try to stick it out, man. At least another year. I think he's there contractually. I don't see him saying like I want out, and that's what would have to happen for him to be out.
This is my prediction. Now I know Dame and LeBron cool. But I would say if I was Damian Lillard, I would go to the Clippers if they didn't win a championship and have a big 3 there. I would go to Clippers because you have to look at what happened with the Lakers. AD, yes, you got a ring, but it's still all about LeBron. It's still as good as you are and much numbers you put up, we still gonna talk about LeBron.
I would have to say though, if Dame came, it would be different. I wouldn't see it being like that. I feel like it would be one. I mean, you see, Kyrie already was just because he's a guard and he handles the ball so much, and everything he does is going to look like, I would say if he were to come to LA, LeBron would most likely, if they went to the finals or something like that or won, he would most likely win the finals, and just because of how he would do it. You know, it will look more current. You know, LeBron is still, I don't want to say he's looking old because before the injury, he was still jumping over the rim.
Yeah,
But
maybe I don't even know why people even doing that, but the LeBron looking old. Like I'm saying, like
Yeah,
2 games ago, didn't he just catch off the backboard pass on somebody? His head was like literally eye level with the rim. I'm just like, and he running back down court just chilling because he's having fun. I'm like, don't go with the old stuff because they losing. They go with the Lakers losing because AD is hurt, which we always know.
I mean, that is why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So what do they do with AD? Do we get rid of him? Because he always hurt. If you a GM, don't be honest. What you doing? If you a GM.
Great question. Great question. Goodbye, Anthony Davis. Goodbye. Goodbye, Anthony Davis. Thank you for your time. I'm sure another team will love you, but you got to go. We about to rebuild this whole roster. I'm bringing Schroeder back. I don't know why people like tripping on him, but AD got to go. That was your main problem because he's an X factor on offense. And guess what? When you sit on the bench, you always hurt. You can't depend on him. You depend on the big man, a person who can do multiple positions. He can play. He can shoot threes. He can guard all 5 positions. Like that's great. But then when it comes to playoffs, you already know a layup happening. AD gonna be laying down. A hard foul, he laying down. So I'm getting rid of him. Now that's why if I'm Damian Lillard, I'm not so like quick on going to the Lakers unless y'all about to really bring in some more pieces because it's gonna be just you and LeBron, a 37-year-old LeBron, and you don't know what your center looking like, a center and power forward, whatever he is. That's why I'm trying to go to a established team. So
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm leaving. AD got to go though. He got to go.
Okay.
And his value just went down after getting hurt again.
You said what?
And even though people would take him and give him, take that, if they can bring Anthony Davis there, his value is down right now.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure.
Detroit might take him though. If I'm LeBron, AD got to go. Who's the next one? I'm trying to get Karl Anthony Towns. I'm trying to bring somebody over there like that. Huh?
I don't want him either.
I'm saying if I'm LeBron, I'm trying to get Karl Anthony Towns or something like that, who can play multiple positions, who gonna give you your buckets, who consistent. Like if I'm doing like AD trade or something like that and some draft picks, bring me a Karl Anthony Towns. I'm good with that.
Right. Yeah. No. If I could get Damian Lillard too, and Cat and Bron.
Oh yeah. Then you good. I mean, if anybody can make it happen, it's the Lakers because they gonna be doing some phone calls, some under the table stuff.
But now I just want to emphasize. You remember, I keep bringing this up. You really get to see the true value of Rondo. You get to see Dwight, who are both still in the playoffs, and those are 2 players that we lost in the offseason. The Lakers I'm referring to, and everybody
that was a bad move.
Yeah, everybody thought, oh yeah, we had the best.
They brought back Marc Gasol instead of JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard.
Yeah, you bring back less versatility in the league where you need versatility, all because you said he can shoot threes, but he can't check nobody.
Right.
He can't check anybody. He can't even check a current 4 or 5 because he's too slow. They blowing past him.
Lakers and they got to get rid of. They got to get rid of Vogel.
I don't think that. I'm not a huge fan of Vogel, but I don't think they're gonna get rid of him.
But they should, man. Like they really do have to rebuild because why was Trez not playing? That just didn't make sense. I'm bringing my energetic 6'8" dude out there.
Too. Like, let's be honest. I get it, the energy and all of that. Like, and I like Montrezl Harrell. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've liked Montrezl Harrell since he played with the Houston Rockets. This was like when he was still trying to fight his way to stay into the league, basically. But when he was with LeBron, I don't know if it's that he was catching in the spots he wasn't used to, but he wasn't looking good, man. I will never. He has.
Oh yeah, obviously it's all personnel. All personnel. So when he was with the Clippers, it just looked good because you had somebody like a Lou Williams who saw you when you need to be seen. You know what I'm saying? And they had good chemistry. But when AD goes down, hey, I gotta bring in Montrez, man. Like I'm not bringing in Marc Gasol because at least Montrez is gonna give me that effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm looking at if I'm a power forward or I got to pick and roll, I fear more Montrez than Gasol. I'm playing with Gasol because he
Right.
guarding me now than Montrez. You know what I'm saying? Then going up for getting rebounds and stuff. I just felt like that, you know, like granted Lakers was gonna lose anyways. I'm gonna put Montrez in. I'm not gonna put the aging Marc Gasol in just to shoot some threes, to sit at the 3-point line, just to pick and roll. I'm just not doing that.
The dude looked like he got even bigger. He was already a big dude.
Yeah.
He looks like 5 Jared Dudleys.
Yeah, he was ready to go anyway, though. He's just like, man, let me get up out of here. I know my time is up.
Yeah, man. I would have rather had Paul Gasol than him. For real, he's still playing.
I know he over there. And Mark going right back over there to play with.
That's exactly where he's going. They about to be a monster squad over there. You got the two.
Like, oh, don't worry, we good.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like at this point in their careers, if I get a Gasol, I need both of them. Like, just give me both. So at least I get one skinny one, I get one fat one. Yeah, man. Like, come on, don't give me one. Like, give me both. I need both of them at this point. And we all
they might as well just come on to LA. I don't know. Like I said, the Lakers gonna have to make some calls. It can't just be, we're gonna bring in Damian Lillard, and no. It's gonna be, you know, I trade my whole roster for Damian Lillard, but I need to go get Lillard, and then I need to get another power forward because AD is done, and you need to go ahead and call JaVale McGee back up and Dwight because they're gonna be free agents. They only sign these 1-year deals anyways. Might want to get that extra spots up. And then we good to go. LeBron only need 3-4 players. Everybody else, he gonna make all right. He gonna make the other role players feel important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We'll continue that on another day. What the Lakers need to do next, because I don't want to be the guy that is talking about the Lakers and LeBron while they out the play.
We shouldn't be talking about them.
I know. That's what I said. That's what I said. I was like, I don't want nobody to be on me talking about, oh yeah, he ain't even in the playoffs. Shut it to him. So I'm gonna do my best to not do it, but it's hard when we in the city, we in LA, man. We got to talk about the Lakers, man.
We got another team in LA, it's the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and talk about them.
Yeah, I did pick them, so hey, we're gonna talk about them a little bit. But hey, man, this is Facts Over Feelings, another episode. Look at all the stuff I've been writing about. I've been killing Chris, man. All I do is state facts. I don't think this guy said one number the whole time. I'm killing him. Leave that in the comments.
So Brooks, so remember that whole Brooks can guard Donovan Mitchell thing? Remember that conversation?
And he was checking them straight. The refs was calling some crazy stuff.
Get up out of here. Don't play with us.
Oh, yeah, he was toying. He was toying with it.
Mitchell just coming back. But we'll talk about that later. That was another fact that I brought up, that Donovan Mitchell ain't one of them. He ain't the regular dude that, I play good defense, I can guard Donovan Mitchell.
I think he was gonna come back that sweet off the ankle injury, though. Like, he looked like he didn't get injured or nothing. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he could have played that game before that. But what I'm betting is that the Jazz probably were like, look, we don't need you for this game, right? Probably thinking we could beat these guys and you get as much rest as possible, But they turned out to be wrong, and Donovan turned out to be right. He came in.
He came ready to go.
I told y'all, nigga, I was
he already
ready.
And he got a chip, man. He got that chip on his shoulder too. He be going for layups, though, and one. I'm thinking like, what he mad at? But he mad at critics.
Yeah. He
not
is.
To be played with.
I think he took that, Kobe did that. Kobe did that special. You remember he was going through Detail. That's what the show was called. And I was one of the players he did it on. And he talked about where he needed to improve at. And I feel like he took that really serious. Like, he took that really. And I love how Donovan Mitchell, all his style of play, he's always going downhill. Like, almost every dribble is like.
Yeah, man. Like, that's something I actually watch. And I'm like, man, I need to work on doing that. Like, he get off that pick and roll and he downhill. And then he got so much body control when he's getting his layups. You know what I'm saying? He able to absorb that contact.
He play like he's like 6'7" almost.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the way he finished, like damn. He reminds me, he just like a D Wade, man. It's almost like D Wade picked him. Like, I like him a lot. I think I'm gonna go.
Got D Wade on the sideline over there, like
he ready to play. He looked like he ready for the
like, y'all need one more, bro. Let me know. Let me know.
He know he can't run a gun with them boys. Not right now.
He doing his thing now.
Chilling with Gabby. He having the time of his life.
They was having a good. They living the business life now.
Right. that on our way to the billionaire life. If they ain't already there yet, for sure.
Right.
Hey man, but that's it, y'all. We out. I'm Bobbie Champion. This is Facts Over Feelings.
Chris Staples, I'm always giving Bobbie these facts. He be in his feelings. Thank y'all for watching.
Hey man, thank y'all. We out. Hit us in the comments, like, subscribe, all that.
Do it.
Do it.
Stack the money, make it multiply. Yellow, white, gold, can't decide. Came to conquer, we don't divide. I'm a king, do it for the pride.